What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Aethus. This is a title that came out of nowhere. I don't really know anything about it. The developer emailed me this morning and was like, hey, I've got this planetary exploitation sort of open world narrative-focused survival game that I'm playing around with. Would you like to take a look at it? And so I said, sure, that sounds like it's right up my alley. If after watching this you wanted to get Aethus for yourself, the demo will be out on the day that this video goes live. Everybody will be able to play that for playtesting purposes. On top of that, you can also look down below and you'll find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to hang out live. But let's dive on in and do this thing, shall we? Somewhere below the surface of Aethus. Tanya, huh? Is this like a Command and Conquer Red Alert type situation?
Dr. Lee, please report to the containment chamber.
Alright, so there's our character right there, and it looks like we can rotate around like so. I'm gonna need that to be a little bit more snappy, so I get the feeling I'm gonna have to play around with the controls. Looks like we can interact with things as well. What's going on inside of here? We can interact with the computer. Open the door!
Door's open.
Voice acting's actually in there. That's good. My character's like commenting on things going on. All right, further on down the hallway, it looks like we've got some consoles and things we could maybe interact. I'm gonna push this big button over here. I love big buttons, dude. Let's go to the science level. I want to learn a little bit more about science.
Right. Straight down the hall to the lab.
All right, let's go to the science lab and see what we can knock out here.
I forgot my key card. Shouldn't have had those drinks last night. I think I left it in my office.
Into the science lab we go. I found my key card inside my office. There wasn't too much else going on out there. What else is happening inside of here? They said straight down the hall. I'm guessing I'm getting herded by all these doors with red lights and poopers.
Excellent. We hope we didn't disturb you. I was busy. Are we prepared to begin? Yes, of course. The sample is waiting. When you're ready, just retrieve the drone prototype from the box and come on in. Take your time.
Alright, I got my mining drone. When do I get to laser something?
We're up here in the gallery. The containment field is running. Go ahead and use the console to start the test when you're ready.
Something bad's gonna happen, right? There's no way this test goes across effectively.
Stability is nominal. Dr. Lee, you can begin channeling energy into the sample.
Alright.
Well, here goes nothing. All that work for this moment.
Rock, would you like to be harvested?
Oh my god. The sample! Graviton readings are through the roof. We have to shut it down. No, let it run. We need the data.
I'm about to get blowed up, aren't I? Something's about to graviton explode, dude. I'm about to be in a bunch of meaty pieces. The surface of Aethus. Much later, obviously. Getting exploded takes at least 4 to 7 minutes, which qualifies as way, way later to me.
Roland, are we far?
Almost there. A little further.
Alright. I think the camera's a little constrained. I think it could be zoomed back a little bit. Viewport doesn't feel like it gives me much field of view.
All out. I did try and get you to pack an extra nutrient bar, but you said, and I quote, "Roland, we'll find food when we get there. It's an adventure."
Weirdly good impression.
Thank you. There are cacti in abundance here. You should be able to harvest some fruit from them until we can cook up something better.
Okay, let's warm up your laser with something easy to start with.
I see a cactus. I cactused
Watch
it.
your feet, Maeve. Your suit can absorb the impact of a small jump like this, but anything much further, and you'll not be a happy buddy.
Shooting feels pretty good. That doesn't feel too bad.
This is it?
This is it! It doesn't look like much right now, but with a little bit of work, we'll be up and running in no time.
Doesn't look like much. It looks like a barren desert filled with scrap.
It is. But it may also be one of the richest claims on Aethus, if your hunch pays off.
True. Kinda hoping for something a wee bit more impressive, though.
Well, why do you think you got it so cheap? Let's start clearing this place so we can get building.
Hold on, I'm lasering spiky plants because it fills me with joy. All right, plants have been shot, but as I was saying, I do feel like the game's viewport could be quite a bit taller. Like, I'd like to be back further away from the character. That was pretty much the first thing. Can I get out? Like, that's about as far as I can go right there. Yeah, I'd still like it to go out probably like 25 to 30% farther. I still feel like the viewport is constrained, especially upon the verticals. So when you're playing widescreen, you know, it's one of those things. Also, get rid of the inertia that's on the camera when you rotate it around. It means that you always have to, so like whenever you swing the camera, you've always got to correct with like a left swing or a right swing in order to stop it from continuing to rotate where you want it to be at. In general, you just want that to be one solid chunky move with no, it's got like Newtonian physics on the camera when I rotate left or right. All right, so what does it want me to do? It wants me to establish an outpost. I need 3 scrap. All right. This looks like the kind of thing that's going to give me scrap. I definitely like how things decompose and get destroyed. That looks good. Can we, like, take all the chunks out of that, too? Okay. No, can I get that fence right there? I can get the fence. All right. Well, let's tear everything down that we possibly can. There we go. Get all this stuff nice and cleared up out of the way. We've got 8 scrap metal for the moment. If I destroy the actual... Oh, so it's like faster to destroy the struts. They said something in the press kit about this being a physics-based game, and so I'm guessing that if we take those out, yeah, it harvests faster. So the game actually has a little bit of a structural engineering thing going on. Is there anything else up in the way? Can I get rid of this thing? Hey, I can. There we go. All right, I wanted that to be up and out of the way so that I can build under the shadow of the rock. Now then, we've got our build mode. Facilities, makeshift smelter. All right, we'll probably just drop one of those. It doesn't have like a green arrow to indicate where the front is at, so I don't know where the front is at, but we'll just put in like 2 of those.
Agreed. Night will be falling soon, and we don't want to be stumbling around in the dark when a dust storm hits.
We can use some of this old scrap to cobble something together for sure. Let's get to it.
All right, so loading up the smelter. It's got some biomass and it's got some metal, and it looks like now it is officially functioning and I can take the ingots on out. Good, we've got our basic refinement done. I'm gonna need to come up with like strategies though. There we go. I also need to eat. How do I eat? So I can consume with middle click right there.
Yep. Not the tastiest thing, but it's helping.
Once we get set up, you'll be able to start cooking hot food. Don't worry.
All right, well, I suppose I need to get more building materials. So let me go around and do that. My laser, unfortunately, does not have the world's largest amount of electricity. I'm guessing the battery is probably going to be an upgrade. It's probably not a terrible idea to continue trying to get some cactus fruits, too. I have had prickly pear cactus fruit. It's not bad. There's a prickly pear in my backyard, actually. It's technically not my prickly pear cactus. It belongs to the people that are renting behind my house. And so it leans over the fence, and it's frequently dropping fruit on my side of the yard. And so anyways, I can reach up and grab it. I don't even think they go into, like, their backyard whatsoever. I've never heard them back there or anything else like that. But it's pretty good, dude. Sweet little fruit. You just got to make sure the part is, right, it's covered in little spines and things. And so you kind of got to, like, shave the fruit before it's going to be edible or useful to you, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it other than that. You're going to have to get all the little needle-like things off of it. Sometimes my hand gets impaled and whatnot when I go to pick one up when I'm just cleaning them up because the dogs love them. I've got multiple dogs. I got a bulldog and I've got a Labrador retriever, and they both really, really enjoy eating prickly pear cactus fruit. And it makes their poops all kinds of weird, dude, and it makes cleaning up the backyard a pain. So in general, I try to clean them all up before they get access to them. All right, so I've got 14 biomass right there. There's another metal laying around over here. Let's get this tree. Perfect. Down it goes. This should be a nice little grip of biomass. One thing I might suggest is that maybe anything lootable. I like the effect of everything crumbling and falling apart, but if everything lootable kind of like fell out and then sucked into your character, that would be a little bit more convenient. Only because I don't mind running around to pick up stuff, but with some of the bigger trees and whatnot, you've got to wait a second for all of the particulate matter to sort of like disperse and disappear and despawn. And it just means you got to stand there for a minute while you're waiting to pick up your stuff. Or you can just run around haphazardly with your mouth open, which is obviously the most effective way to gather things from the environment. But then again, maybe I get like a vacuum or something later on that'll allow me to play around with it. I need more of these little fruits right here. These little fruits are the things that I need bad because I'm hungry. All right, let's eat a whole bunch of those until we're feeling good. A Glotus fruit. When consumed, toxic when consumed, but its bioluminescence gives you crafting capabilities. All right. Well, let's go dump the rest of this in the smelter, shall we? All right, so materials are all banged out. We should be able to build ourselves like a basic condominium now. Let's close off that right there. And then as far as structures go, makeshift habitat is going to take us 5 more scrap metal. Luckily, this place is looking like a bomb went off. So there should be plenty of sheet metal around here so that we can get ourselves just a basic living space knocked out, I would hope. It looks like I can click and hold on it too, but I kind of enjoy being like, click, 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 click. I don't know. It seems less efficient on electricity, but it is way more fun. And these are the things you have to factor in life. Frequently when I'm streaming and stuff, people be like, why are you clicking so much instead of just like control clicking it in? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just enjoy the ADHD satisfaction of clicky, clicky, clicking something over and over and over again. I can't describe it to you. I have no clue why I enjoy it so much. I just do. I think I'm maxed out on my carrying capacity too, so we got a weight system that we got to pay attention to. Let's go to our build mode. We've got our structures right here, and there is our habitat. I don't know if our habitat is going to connect to other things. Like, do I want this habitat to be in kind of like an open, unconstrained area? Kind of hard to say, but there you go. Close that on down, and does it look like... Oh, you just kind of like fill this with stuff that's useful, eh? We got furniture, so there's a bed right there. I have the building materials already, so I suppose we may as well. Yeah, just put that down at the end of the hallway.
Place to lay it when you get tired. I must say, this outpost is coming along swimmingly.
Roland, it's a metal box with a bed in it. Not exactly the Sagua Palace.
Well, the good news is I'm getting energy readings from within the cave system nearby. Perhaps a power source we could use to build something a little more homely.
Oh, with electricity.
Distinctly possible. There are a couple of things you might like to do to prepare for our first expedition, though.
Let me guess. Somewhere to store all the riches we're inevitably gonna find?
Yes, and somewhere to cook something a bit heartier than a cactus fruit. You're wasting away.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to be diving into a cave system. I have no idea if there's going to be any kind of like combat or anything else inside of this title. Given the fact that my robot shoots, I'm going to guess yes is the answer to that question. Is that just like a barbecue grill? All right, put the barbecue grill out front. I love some barbacoa, dude. Let's do this thing. If I interact with it, is there anything that I can do? So with the cooking panel, it looks like we can make a grilled cactus fruit. Yeah, make the grilled cactus fruit. Maybe it'll be a little bit more satisfying than what we've currently got on us. Grilled cactus fruit is now done. We'll take that, put that inside the inventory.
Finally! Gotta keep on top of my nutrition while I'm working. I always feel a lot stronger when I've eaten well.
Storage crates can go inside the habitat too, which might be good. Homely, where I come from, means that something is ugly. Is that a word that just has, like, multiple definitions? They said build something more homely, but my entire life, people have used homely as a word to describe something ugly or something, like, aesthetically unpleasing. I don't know. Either way, some storage crates probably be a good thing to wrap up. They may want to extend the walls out far enough so that you can flush this up along the sides. It'll take modifying the model a little bit, but I don't like how it sticks out like a little toe catcher right there. I would rather have it not stick out like that. But we've got our 2 storage crates. It looks like I'm going to be able to put some things inside of it. Yeah, there we go. Just dump all that stuff in there so that we are completely and totally unencumbered. I don't know if I should pick up some more food while I'm inside the cave. Hopefully we get like a facility or something later on that gives us access to a mini-map too. Like a little circular dial that allows us to do things. Ooh, treasure chest. What's inside the treasure chest? A water bottle. Okay, I'll take that. Can I break that down at all? Nope. I might be able to, but I don't want to fiddle with it for too long. Hey, there's some kind of research station over here too. What is this? A rectangular table. All right. I also picked up a journal entry. We've got a bottled water right there, and we've got another crate. When the player is underneath something like this little awning, you're going to want it to dither and become translucent so that the player can see through. What is that right? Oh, a nutrient bar. Nice, dude. I'll take all that. Give me the nutrient bar. Give me the water. There we go. Now we're looking squared away. Cave's over here about 45 meters. So let's take a look and see what's inside of it that we need to be up and worried about. And we're talking about energy sources, which in sci-fi is always a bad thing, dude. That can't be a good thing.
Ah, get away from that. Toxic, dangerous air. Oh, you'll need to be careful with how long you stay down here, Maeve.
My suit filters are working overtime even here at the exit to the surface. I'm gonna need to get some suit upgrades before too long.
There's an old crate over there. Perhaps there are still some supplies lying around we could use.
Alright, well, I'm going to get this copper because I don't know a lot of things.
An oxygen dome.
Perfect. That will certainly help us get further into the caverns.
Yep. Arctech is pretty cutting edge when it comes to anything that'll let them push their workers harder for longer.
Just remember, the domes won't be effective if you overuse them.
Alright, a little bit of copper right there. Oh, sandstone and regoliths. Okay.
This is it. Another load.
Ha ha, you're right. It looks like it's mainly dirt and rock. But it's dense enough to be chock full of resources we can use for the outpost.
Time to start blowing these things apart and collecting all the goodies inside. Need some fresh air soon.
The energy readings are coming from that crate. Check it out.
Look, Roland. An RTG.
An RTG? Ha! Well, that would explain the energy readings.
Ooh-wee. This is big. We can build a proper habitat with this bad boy.
The last expedition here obviously did a sloppy job of cleaning up after themselves. Well, let's head back to the surface.
Alright, back to the surface we go to see if we can grab a few more things. I was trying to figure out how to get the oxygen dome to work. Generates a breathable atmosphere in a dome around itself when deployed. Use of more than 2 domes in a row will give you oxygen poisoning. Oh, so we kind of got to be, like, careful about that. Alright. Well, I kind of want to fiddle with it till I figure out how to make it work, though, because breathing is one of those things I feel really passionately about. Oh, you've got to, like, chuck it out of your inventory. Alright, so, like, there's no deployment button. You just kind of put it on your hotbar and then chuck it on the ground and it automatically activates. Is that, like, a permanent spot that I can come back to get oxygen? Wonder how long it lasts. It didn't say anything about duration or anything else when we were cruising around. I can do, like, a little scan. I can do kind of like a Ubisoft vision mode, I guess. Like, you know what I'm talking about, where Ubisoft kind of shows you where all the lootable things are with a key. They always call it, like, survival vision or something. There we go. Grab all that out of there. A dust ruby. Are dust rubies valuable? Solazine, an amber crystalline element filled with energetic potential. Okay. There's another treasure chest over here that I didn't get either. It's got a water bottle in it. Keeps me alive a little bit longer than I was previously alive, so I'll take it. I don't particularly love the fact that we came out to the desert with no supplies. That's where I did the principal chunk of all of my geology work. Was out in the desert, and on, like, tough days where you're backpacking a lot.
This passage appears to lead deeper within the cavern. but has recently experienced a severe problem.
Damn it! Is this the only way through?
Cannot confirm. It does seem to be the sole route deeper into the claim.
There's no way we're getting through this with the current power level of your laser. And we're reset to basic when we left Ark. Roland, what are our options?
Processing. We do not have the credits or connection to Ark required to purchase an upgrade capable of mining this debris. Solution found. Basic mining explosives are likely to be capable of fracturing debris. Creation of explosives is possible using reagents found in excavations.
Okay, we can do that. I'll need to build a crafting bench back at the outpost, but I should be able to refine everything I need from what we can find around here.
Wonderful. Goal updated. Manufacture mining explosives at crafting bench and gain access to inner caverns.
Okay. Voice acting's actually fairly impressive in this game, but as I said, the principal chunk of all of my geology work was done in the desert with like a 60-pound backpack on and pretty much vertical terrain and free climbing and all that kind of stuff. And you've got all your survey equipment on you. So, like, I found that I was going through roughly 2 gallons of water a day when I was out in Death Valley for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. So with the basic habitat, I'm going to need to cook up, it looks like, 5 more building materials in order to get that to function. Do I have any metals on me right now? I've got like a little bit, but I think we're going to have to go out and farm more. I think that's going to become necessary. So let me jump on into a crate over here. I've got 1 more building material right there. It ain't much, but it's honest. So it looks like my laser blast is actually kind of like a time bomb that goes off. So you can do stuff like that right there, and you can sort of like chain them, I guess. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's perfectly fine. I thought maybe you like clicked and held down this entire video, or you clicked multiple times, but it looks like it just sets off like a little detonation charge or like a little plasma blast or whatever. And just like that, we have access to the stuff that's going to make a much nicer basic habit. Oh yeah, that's a big boy right there, ain't it? Okay, so that one's got the indicator arrow. I guess it's because all the other ones are kind of omnidirectional. They don't really care where you put them. Looks like it's okay with placement right there now that I've cleared out the area.
Nice little habitat, I must say.
Yep. A lot better than that little metal box, right?
Very much so. Plus, thanks to the RTG we found, it has power!
Now we can really get things started with some proper equipment.
Indeed. Plenty of facilities to construct in order to start processing those resources from the caverns.
We can get cracking on making some mining explosives now too, once we get a crafting bench built.
Now that we're up and running with a proper habitat, we're going to need more building materials.
Definitely. There's only so much scrap around here I can melt down.
That's why we should really get a regolith printer built and start using the planet's natural resources to help us.
Good plan. The regolith we gather from the nodes in the caverns will provide us with all the building materials we need.
Alright, sounds like a plan to me. It's got like a nice iterative thing going on. The UI seems to work. It controls a little bit unconventionally compared to other games, but I think that's just due to the perspective of the title and the way that it looks. I was a little bit worried I couldn't get into my house, but then I realized right there on the screen it was telling me how to get into my house. I was like, dude, did I break the game already? That's the worst, dude, when I get like 30 minutes into a first impressions video and I do something that breaks the game, that makes it so I can't cover the video and be like, oh no, dude, this is the worst day ever. I just wasted my time. I need to get some more building materials. I think that's going to be important here. But I am having fun with it. It's a very, very interesting little title. I do wish the camera went out about 25% further. I also wish that you could tilt it down almost to the level of isometry a little bit. I don't know if they have the camera constrained right now just to conserve performance by not loading too many assets or whatever else, but I would like to be able to angle the camera a little bit. Also, the inertia on the camera. You got to kind of like wrestle with it a little bit. Hopefully they give you a mode that gets rid of the inertia on the camera. So with the building materials we just mashed out, we can make our regolith printer. So I'll probably just put that right there.
Printer set up.
Lovely. The regolith of the planet's surface makes for excellent building material.
Okay, so now I can just convert the sandstone and stuff I found.
I won't accept.
You'll need to crush it down to get something usable from it. There's metal ore trapped in there as well, so it's worth getting a smelter built.
I have one of those. Are you talking about like an even bigger, even better smelter? You can crush various types of stone to extract more valuable resources. Interesting. Okay, let's build one of those right there. See if we can get that smashed out. So it looks like I can throw sandstone in there and sandstone shards inside of there, and we'll get kaolinite, and we'll get solazine, and we'll get regolith out of it. Okay. Sounds like a plan to me. Let me go grab the stuff out of my storage box. Alright, so what we need to produce is I need to interact with this guy, and I need to start processing regolith. There we go. And that's at a 5-to-1 conversion rate. Gotcha. Hopefully we get a whole bunch out of this stone crusher then. So with the stone crusher, just throw the sandstone in there and we'll kind of like see what pops out. It looks like we get 15 per. Oh, but it's got like a 10-to-15 conversion ratio. Gotcha. So we're going to be doing a little bit of light farming here from what I can tell. Still, we'll get a few more out of there. Alright, so we got some more building materials. That means we probably want to get... The basic smelter's going to take 5 of those little amber crystal things. Do I have enough of those? I do not have enough of those, so I think we're going to have to go back down into the mine and grab a few more of them if we want this to be truly effective. I am loaded up with building materials right now, so let me drop those off in storage real fast before we go down into the cave. But this does seem to be a reasonably high-quality demo. As of yet, I haven't really seen any major issues with it. I've seen little minor suggestions that I have along the way that I found to kind of like not be to my taste. But I haven't found anything so far where I'm like, this is a deal breaker. It's a pretty good looking, decently playing little game. A good starting point at the bare minimum for a survival title like this. I suppose it'll defend, like I'm willing to bet they probably blocked off the mine over there because there's something bad inside of there that was rampaging through or something. Isn't that always the way it seems to go with games like this? I need mushrooms though for some mushroom stew. That'd be super good. Got this guy over here. Okay, I can't harvest that. There we go. Grab all them goodies right there. I'm gonna fill up this whole inventory on whatever I can mine. Hey, there's something over here.
Look, Maeve, a drilling site. This doesn't look nearly as wrecked as everything we've seen before. Perhaps there are supplies we can scavenge.
Maybe. This is booping. It's a journal entry. Alright, I'll check that out later. What does this do? Oh, it produces the kaolinite bars that we were looking for. Oh, that's like a much nicer smelter than what I have. Downside is I'm a little bit low on oxygen right now, so we're going to figure that out. I'm working on it. A solazine generator. Okay. Let me, why is it not chucking? I have it selected. Oh, I didn't keep it in my inventory. No! I put it in the storage crate on accident when I was clearing out other objects. Run! Do I die instantly? Oh, you just lose a little bit of health, so it's not that bad. I was like, dude, why is my thing not throwing? I definitely got the thing that needs to be throwed.
When we embarked on this venture, it's not without its risks.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, Roland. Without risk, there's no reward.
Another curious proverb. You humans do seem to rather enjoy them.
Well, it's true. You can sit back and coast through life, or you can put yourself out there and take a chance. I wanted to take a chance.
Well, I'm with you. We'll give it our best shot, eh?
Yeah, I mean, you know, do whatever you gotta do. I didn't really get that many regolith chunks out of there, and I didn't really get that much sandstone either. I got like a little bit. I don't know if it's ultimately gonna like provide me with all the stuff that I need, but I mean, it gave me a couple more of the little things that I need for the smelter, and I think I had 3 back on over here, so... Or at least the bar press or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't really see any problems here. Voice acting seems nice. It seems like a calm, crafting, space mining, planetary exploitation game. There are little minor quibbles that I've noticed along the way, or at least options that I would like to be a toggle inside of, you know, the options or whatever for people that don't particularly like them. But I haven't seen anything that's a deal breaker so far, and it seems to be heavily focused on like storyline and exposition and that kind of stuff, which I'm always happy about inside of a title like this. I can get one of those smelters right there too. Let's put one of those in. Yeah, buddy. All right, so now we've got that smelter, that same thing that we saw inside that other facility. And so if I put 2 of those inside of there, it looks like it's going to make our first Kaelanite bar, which is probably going to unlock even more things for us to craft in order to keep this resource chain going. So there's our Kaelanite bar.
Are you proud?
I sort of am. This beats melting scrap in a plant-powered junk box any day.
Those days are gone. Now you can melt scrap in a high-energy furnace powered by a nuclear battery. The inexorable march of technological progress.
Did my man just say nuclear? Sir, you're supposed to be a scientific drone. I wasn't expecting it to get a big batch of Bushisms right now. He called it nuclear. And he's the science expert here. I don't feel super great about the way this is going to go. But my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today we were fooling around with a title called Aethus, which I had never heard of. I didn't see it on any of my searches. It never popped up during, like, on weekends, on Sundays and whatnot. I tend to sit around for hours just going through list after list after list of releases and upcoming and everything else. And this one never came up inside of there. What does my right click do? Looks like my right click maybe swaps my lamp over to like UV or something. I'm not really too sure. It definitely changes the lighting color and it drains my electricity though, which is kind of an interesting bit of exposition. I'll leave a little bit to the imagination here. You guys can play around with this title. It's completely and totally free. They've got a playtest demo going out on the day this video goes live. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. And man, there are a lot of them. I will catch you all next time, and that's about all I got for you, folks. See ya.